High in the jagged mountains of northern Pakistan, shepherds share a simple rule: never walk alone after dark. They say something watches from the rocks and shadows, something that moves silently, yet announces itself with a scream that echoes across the valleys. Those who claim to encounter it describe an overwhelming stench, like decay carried on the wind, and a feeling that they are being hunted. Locals call it the Barmanou. Somewhere in these remote peaks, along the borderlands, between Pakistan and Afghanistan, there may exist a creature that science insists should not. Witnesses describe it as towering and powerful, standing upright like a human, but covered in hair with the strength and posture of an ape. Half human, half beast. The name Barmanou is ancient, often translated as man of the forest, and the stories surrounding it stretch back centuries. Shepherds, hunters, and travelers from isolated mountain communities tell remarkably similar accounts passed down long before modern media ever reached these valleys. They describe a massive, hairy figure that walks on two legs, leaving behind enormous footprints pressed deep into the soil. Some claim it drapes animal skins over its broad shoulders. Others say its voice is unlike any known animal, raw, primitive, and deeply unsettling. And yet, despite countless sightings, one detail stands out as especially strange. No one has ever found where it lives. There are no dens, no caves, no skeletal remains, no clear evidence of a permanent habitat. Only fleeting encounters and disappearing tracks swallowed by the wind. Geographically, the Barmanou occupies a curious position. It sits between two other legendary figures, the Almas of Central Asia and the Yeti of the Himalayan range. Together, they form what some researchers call an ape-man belt, stretching across the highest and most remote mountains on Earth. For decades, most scientists dismissed the idea outright. One man did not. In 1987, a Spanish researcher named Jordi Magraner arrived in the region, determined to take the legend seriously. Unlike others before him, he didn't conduct brief expeditions or rely on second-hand stories. He moved into the mountains. Magraner lived among the villagers for years, eating their food, sharing their routines, and earning their trust. He kept massive guard dogs for protection, including one so large that locals joked it looked more like a mule than a dog. Over time, he interviewed more than 50 eyewitnesses. When he showed them sketches of known apes and ancient human relatives, something remarkable happened. Again and again, different people pointed to the same image. An ape-like human sometimes referred to as Homo pongoides. Then, in May of 1994, everything changed. While conducting fieldwork in the Shishiku Valley, Magraner and his team heard something after nightfall. Deep, guttural calls echoed across the mountains, sounds that didn't match any animal known to the region. The team froze, scanning the ridgelines, but whatever made the noise remained hidden. Local villagers were quick to react. They insisted the Barmanou was nearby. They described its unbearable stench and warned that it never shows itself unless it wants to be seen. Magraner never captured photographic proof, and 8 years later his search ended abruptly. In 2002, Jordi Magraner was murdered under circumstances that remain unclear. No definitive motive was established, and many questions surrounding his death remain unanswered. Today, the mountains are silent. There are no clear photographs, no bones, no physical evidence that can withstand scientific scrutiny, only stories. Shepherds still claim to see a towering shape moving along distant ridges. Travelers still report screams echoing through the darkness. And footprints, when they appear at all, fade quickly back into the earth. So what is the Barmanou? A surviving branch of ancient humanity hidden in one of the most inaccessible regions on the planet, or a powerful legend shaped by isolation, fear, and generations of storytelling. Whatever the truth may be, one thing remains certain. People in these mountains are still seeing something, and until it's explained, the mystery of the Barmanou refuses to disappear.